Today's Sunshine Note is titled, The Sound Without Sound. Then a great and powerful wind tore the mountains apart and shattered the rocks before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind. After the wind there was an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire came a gentle whisper. 1 Kings 19:11 and 12. Choosing which college I would go to was a terrible decision process for me. One of the biggest decisions I faced my entire senior year. All my life I had planned to go to beautiful Pacific Union College, and I had a job, a room, and even a roommate waiting there. Then I visited Union College and fell in love with it. For days I agonized over the options. Where could I save more money? Where could I grow spiritually? Where did I want to live? On and on the battle raged until a trusted friend told me simply to clear my mind of all the questions and listen for God's leading. This seemed impossible, but I tried. Every time the frantic thoughts rose up, I spoke out loud, God, just make it clear. I can still see the couch in Barnes & Noble where I was sitting when I heard, felt, or was impressed by the first whisper, Union College. Over the days and weeks it grew and grew into a strong, steadfast certainty, and I knew He'd led me to it. What does God's voice actually sound like? Elijah knew. He had a huge success at Mount Carmel, where he challenged the prophets of Baal to a duel, and they danced around their altar all day, but no fire came down from heaven. Elijah drenched his altar 7 times and it burned up completely, vindicating the Lord as the true God. Then when evil Jezebel threatened to kill him, Elijah ran for his life and ended up in a cave, where the Lord met with him in a strange way. There was a wind, an earthquake, and a fire, but God was not in any of them. Then there was a gentle whisper. Some languages have translated this as a sound without sound. Many have called it the still small voice. It was God. He told Elijah to get up and go home. We often pray for things and wait to hear God's voice. One way to discover it is to remember ways He led you in the past, for He often speaks to you in similar ways. But when you are listening for the Lord, remember that He is not in the noise. If there is a lot of noise in your life and clutter in your mind, you may not be able to hear His quiet voice. Make it a point to clear some space and time that belong only to Him and listen. May God bless you today.